So I was taking a look at the registrations that we had for the event this morning, and we had about 100 or so of you register, which is great. Now, this is the first time that we've had an event like this where actually we've opened up the invitations to sales professionals as well. And out of those 100 that signed up, there were just 3 that worked in sales. And I think that really shows actually which department is really driving that sales and marketing alignment. So yeah, thank you and good morning. Thank you for those that have turned out, especially those that may be in sales that turned up today. Those of you who don't know me, as Adam said, I do exist. I'm not just a bot on the website. My name is Matt Cheeseman. I'm the marketing manager at CleverTouch Marketing. There is no right or wrong approach to sales and marketing alignment. It really does depend on the size and shape of your organisation. And I'll try not to echo Jamie and Adam too much in my presentation. Hopefully just a quick 15-minute overview of what we do at CleverTouch and how we go about aligning the two teams. And really that comes down from Adam and the rest of the senior leadership team who wanted to see much more alignment between those two, to see how we were working efficiently and how we are driving growth to those strategic objectives. So those of you who have been to the events in the past would have seen my name all over the registration invites and the reminders. We've now taken on Kate, who is our marketing communications manager. And that's actually meant that my role has strategically shifted to almost be that middleman in between, almost a hybrid of marketing operations and sales operations, to make sure that we're continuously driving that conversation between the two teams and driving alignment. Talking the same language, Jamie mentioned this earlier, but what we do at CleverTouch, the marketing department are all aligned to that same goal. And that goal is revenue, specifically new business revenue and driving net new accounts. Now, we have our standard marketing metrics behind the scenes to track the performance of our programs and our campaigns, but we are mainly measured on those sales metrics that sales are measured on as well. That is, number of meetings booked, number of qualified opportunities, and the amount of revenue that marketing is actually driving to the bottom line. Now, one simple thing that we did at CleverTouch that has really made a big difference is changing the language when we talk about marketing qualified leads. We now talk about marketing qualified accounts. I think that's really important. Marketers are often tied up in leads, and sales are talking oftenly about accounts and opportunities, something that Jamie mentioned. And this has worked really well for us as a simple way of reporting back to sales and the rest of the business. So now that we've got that account-based view, this is what our marketing funnel looks like. It's underpinned by marketing technology, specifically that marketing technology spine that Adam mentioned, that content management system, our marketing automation platform, and then our CRM. And when we have that handover from sales, although we talk about marketing qualified accounts, we still do use lead tables within Salesforce. A new lead is created. Our inside sales team will then pick that up, qualify that, assign that to a business manager who will then run that through the typical sales process to hopefully becoming a new customer. Now, at that point, anywhere along that process, we have the opportunity for sales to return that lead back to marketing. However, there is a caveat to that sales must provide a reason as to why they're rejecting it so that we can continuously learn, how those leads are performing, and also we can send better quality leads across to sales continuously in the future as well. And the way that we categorize our marketing qualified accounts, we actually take this approach by a book, Predictable Revenue. It was written by a guy called Aaron Ross, who is actually a pioneer at Salesforce and really instrumental in driving their early stage growth. And he talked about if you really want to build a predictable and scalable pipeline, you need to have a clear classification on your lead sources. And he broke them down into 3 categories, and it's what we use at CleverTouch. It's nets, seeds, and spears. Your net is all the marketing programs that we run, events like this, all our campaigns, social, inbound, etc. Seeds, it's the word of mouth. It's our previous and existing customers who are big advocates of ours. It's partners such as Salesforce that actually bring us leads and opportunities as well. Actually, some of you in the room may be in that situation where you're now a customer of ours and you've actually come from Salesforce as a referral. And we have spears. This is our outbound sales activity. This is telemarketing and sales, getting on the phone and building their own pipeline and opportunities. Now, some of you will have a completely different mix of where those lead sources come from. Some of you may be in organisations where sales are really driving their own pipeline and their own demand. And in fact, some of our clients have implemented marketing automation and marketing technology or optimized what they have to actually readdress that balance and give marketing much more credibility in that too. And being a marketing consultancy, we very much rely on our marketing activity at the top. And part of our strategic objective next year is actually to drive a lot more of the spear activity into our target accounts that we've identified. So once we've got the funnel sorted and everyone understands the process and we have our classification of leads, we have the marketing spine behind this, say the marketing automation technology and the CRM. We pull this data out of those platforms into Tableau, and then we report on these dashboards. So what you're seeing here at the top left is marketing qualified accounts by source. So this is the number of leads that we provided in any given month, and then the actual source in which those leads came into the business. Were they net seeds or spears? In the bottom left, we have those marketing qualified accounts by result. So where are those leads now in the sales process? Have they been returned to marketing? If so, what's the reason for that? We're tracking that in the background. Have they become a new customer? If so, that's great. What was the source in which they came into us? Or are they stuck at marketing qualified or sales qualified? And if so, what can marketing do to actually help you drive those leads down the funnel? Now you can see a big spike in March. Does anyone hazard a guess as to the topic and the theme we were running back in March to generate such engagement? Nope. GDPR, yes, Missy, absolutely. So yeah, hot topic for us. You know, B2B marketers are really engaged with that content. However, if we look in the top right and we see our marketing qualified to sales qualified conversion rates, actually March was pretty weak there, just 6%. So whilst we had a lot of people engaging with our GDPR content, you know, they weren't the right fit for us. They were just doing education on GDPR. They may not have had marketing automation, and they may not have been looking to implement it in their business. Which is great. You know, it's great to see that and understand what programs are working well and what aren't, and we can use these dashboards to see that. And if we look at the bottom right, also what we're tracking here is sales qualified to one conversion. So this is looking at sales is close ratio. And sales love looking at this. You know, they're very competitive. They love to try and be tracking and outdoing themselves month on month, which is great. And also it allows us to have that conversation of what can marketing do to help you sales in close more deals and increase that conversion as well. And having one dashboard with both sales and marketing performance in one place, again, it's really powerful to have that, to show sales and marketing alignment when you present these back to the board. Once you've got your conversion rates in place, it also allows us to have conversations around what the target and what the plan looks like for future years. So, for example, at CleverTouch, we are currently in the process of planning what 2019 looks like. We have been given a sales target. Marketing and sales have sat down to talk about how we achieve that. And we know what our average deal size is roughly for every new customer that comes into CleverTouch. Therefore, we know how many new customers that we need. We therefore know how many sales qualified accounts we need. And of course, then back up the funnel, how many marketing qualified accounts we need to create. And then when we have our marketing planning discussions, we plan our campaigns and themes and programs for next year. Everything that we talk about is now aligned back down the funnel to that one goal, which is the revenue number at the end of the year. So not only do we track our sales and marketing conversions, we are also tracking revenue. So we at CleverTouch have full visibility of the end-to-end marketing and sales funnel, right from lead creation, right through to actually selling that and becoming a customer and how much revenue is associated. So some organisations may have quite complex opportunity management processes and methodologies. I know Salesforce have actually got a lot of stages in their sales process. We like to keep it simple at CleverTouch, and we keep it to these three here, which is pipeline, upside, and commit. And everyone across the business is bought into this methodology. Everybody understands the stages and how we move that along, which is super important to help us with that marketing attribution in marketing as well. And once we have that in place, we can really start moving the dial here from being perceived as a cost centre in marketing to a profit centre. And it's something that we talk a lot about at CleverTouch and something that we're extremely passionate about in delivering for our clients, and actually something that we're really trying to do in our own marketing department here as well. So you've seen a couple of the sales dashboards and marketing dashboards. We actually have a whole range of dashboards across the business. And in fact, it's so important to us, we even gave it a name, Project WTF. What's the future? What's the forecast? This is all about driving that data-driven culture across the business. So everyone in CleverTouch is bought into these dashboards, everybody has access, and everybody's actively encouraged to go in, take a look, you know, have a look to see how sales and marketing are performing, how are we tracking against our revenue numbers, you know, how are we doing other parts of the business too. And everyone, as I say, is bought in to be looking at that, to drive that forward. And that really starts to drive the conversation in sales and marketing alignment as well, in that when marketing get pulled into sales meetings, we can actually have objective conversations around lead quality and the follow-up process. We're not going in there having the standard debate of, marketing is sending over rubbish leads and sales, you're not following up quickly enough. We're going in there data-led to have those conversations, and that really helps to start the conversation. We have those standard discussions on SLAs and the feedback directly from prospects, so we can constantly improve that lead scoring and lead process management as well. And then when we go back to the board in our monthly leadership meetings, sales and marketing look extremely aligned. We have that one dashboard that shows the performance of both teams and that we're working collaboratively to drive that end goal, which is those strategic objectives, mainly around revenue. It also allows us to over-communicate. It allows us to over-communicate the process so that sales are bought in to updating lead management and also opportunity management. But it also gives us a chance to give ourselves a pat on the back and really shout about the achievements that we've had in marketing too. So if we've driven a new customer or we've driven X amount of revenue, we like to take some credibility for that. And with the data we have in front of us, we're not afraid to shout about that and celebrate our success. So if I can just summarise in 3 things, and these 3 things, I guess, are nothing really new. They're the kind of 3 pillars of change management, essentially. It's the technology, the people, and the process that you have. And this, for us, is all underpinned by marketing technology, which is that spine of content management system, marketing automation platform, and then CRM, with a bolt-on dashboarding product to help you pull all that holistic information together to report on. And it's the process and driving that alignment with sales in making sure that they hold their end of the bargain too, in updating Salesforce, leads, and also in that opportunity management as well. And then the people across the business that can help drive that. So that data-driven culture really helps us with those dashboards to have that conversation. It makes us look a lot more aligned to the board, and it also helps us have that objective conversation with sales and get rid of that stereotypical view that we've had of each other's departments. So that's kind of it for me. Hopefully you've taken a little bit of insight away from how we do it. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'll happily take them. Thank you.